I'm now going to go on to John, because you know the exhibition is really the lifeblood. We talk about the experience, but that's where the business is done, and that's where it all gets funded from. So John Holt's going to say words about the exhibition, please.
Thanks, Mike. Well, IBC 2009, I think it's been a fantastic show for everybody. From the very start, before the show, during build-up, all that went very, very smoothly indeed. No problems and no complaints. Now, part of my job is to go around and talk to all the exhibitors and to ask them how they feel about the show. And I have to say, I've received nothing but positive vibes from them. Of course, there was apprehension before the show opened. This is understandable. But that apprehension turned to smiles by the end of Friday, and they've been thoroughly delighted with the show since, up until now. Strangely, Monday seems to have been the busiest day for many, especially in Hall 7. And the mobile and IPTV zones, they have been very, very busy indeed. And I think the new building, the Elysium, worked very well, and it attracted a lot of visitors to that area. Now, everybody, again, that I've spoken to, the exhibitors, have all confirmed that they will be back next year. But for many, they are unable to put that wish in writing at the moment, because they've been told they've got to go back and put in a report about the show. I've got some figures here, so bear in mind, the figures I've got are confirmed figures for this year, for next year. Now, as of just before we walked in, we have sold 16,500 square metres of stand space has been ordered, and that totals about 340 stands. Now, as I say, bearing in mind that many people here have got to go back and report to their companies, I think that this is very, very encouraging. Now, I'm told that when you compare like with like, the orders for next year, there is a slight increase in stand size. I've been quoted 6%. That's not across the board, of course. If you take 100 square metre stand, they're likely to go up by about 6%, so say 106 square metres. Of course, we were all disappointed when the likes of Sony and BSRT and Snell decided not to attend, but they have been here. I've seen them, and I'm sure that they will be going back and putting in positive reports. I'm confident that many of them are going to return next year. At least I do sincerely hope so. I think that's all I have to say.
Okay, thanks, John. Yeah, today is actually obviously a really busy day for rebooking, so I think you'll see that number of rebookings increase significantly before the end of the show. And the information back from the sales team is there'll be a lot more commitments. Now, the other arm of IBC is the conference, and under David Crawford's leadership, it's really changed quite a lot. He's been a leader who's been prepared to embrace lots of different ideas. When David came along, the technical stream of the conference was the area that got nearly all of the attention, but he's been very good at making sure it still gets all of that attention, plus the other areas getting some more attention. So we've managed to grow a range of initiatives under David, and I think that's come together this year with our three pillars of technical innovation, the business of broadcasting, and content and the experience of content into a strong program. Now, what we wanted to get this year was a critical success, and we've invested heavily in a recession. We've invested heavily on the speakers that are on the stage, and that seems to have paid off. What we've also done is looked at the way that we ticket and promote to make sure that people stay engaged with that conference and have the chance to come here to receive that information and educate themselves and be involved in some difficult times for their budgets. So the end result of that actually is our conference has been as successful financially as it was last year, but the way that that's been achieved is by being confident that our offering will sell more tickets at a lower price, a more flexible way. So you will probably have seen that in the sessions in the forum, for example, they've been busy or even busier than they were last year. And I think the confidence of the conference team to take that approach and be clear that their offering was one that was going to attract people has paid off. So all credit to David Crawford and I will mention two of the IBC team in this, which is Jessica Lapsawala, who's our new conference manager. I'm going to stand up a second so you can see where Jessica is if you haven't met her. And Simon Faviers is our audience marketing manager. So clearly the content and the marketing thing works really well together under David's direction and leadership. Now I'm talking a little bit more about this because David has done a 3-year stint and decided that having made all those achievements, he would like to hand the baton on to somebody else. So we're going to have a new conference chairman for next year, who will be Michael Lumley, and we'll give you a release and detail about that. I did invite Michael Lumley to come along, and being a modest man, he didn't want to take any of David's glory for the great job that he's done. Anyway, just pass it over to David to say a few words.
Thank you, Andrew. Very nice of you. Yes, good morning, everybody. So it's a slight mixed feelings this morning, but as Michael said, a 3-year sentence is probably adequate for my crimes. I believe we've taken the conference to a new level of effectiveness and communication, and I'm really pleased. And we've done that especially this year with reorganising the team and reorganising our effort. And Jessica and Simon have been particularly effective at helping bring in new ideas. So it's been really good for us. And many people have commented to me that we now have a dynamic conference program that meets their requirements. They're finding out about the latest technology. They can go into it as deeply as they like, and they can find out about the business and market opportunities as well. And that's really useful. So you're not just getting a light sales pitch from speakers who are there purely to promote their own little patch. We're actually getting deep discussions, we're getting effective panels, we're offering new, I suppose, dare I use the word, entertainment style sessions with things like our innovation arena, where we're letting new companies come and do a Dragon's Den type format to compete against each other and get some visibility and help them in their growth and help all our economies. So I've been really pleased. It's really rewarding for me. It's rewarding. We heard a little about how some companies have dropped out this year from the exhibition, but those companies have all contributed significantly in the conference program. So that makes a big difference to me that we've not lost them from IBC just because of the economic climate at the moment. We've lost them in one area, but they still support us very strongly in the conference. So for me, it's a great time. As I said, mixed feelings, but I'm going to have one of those things they call a vacation, apparently. People take these in the summer, and so next year, 2010, is the Crawford vacation. Thank you, Michael.
Well, thank you, David. And I think I'd just like ask everyone here to join me in a round of applause for David and what he's done. Thanks. So there's not much to say more from here. We'll answer some questions later. There are a few more thank yous, and one of the biggest thank yous I'd like to give is to you guys.